And then you can downshift, put the pedal to the metal, and let that B58 work for you. Today we're driving this 2019 BMW 640i XDrive GranTurismo. So yes, this is the hatchback Model 6 series, and I'm very excited to take it out on the road today. You absolutely never see these. They're like incredibly rare. At least I feel like no one bought them. And it's crazy to believe that because we have tons of practicality, including 33 cubic inches of back, trunk space. We have a hatchback. We have a B58 with 335 horsepower, 332 pound-feet of torque. Of course, that's the inline turbo 6-cylinder that BMW makes. Very famous engine and in a lot of cars, including the 5 Series we drove last week. Anyway, before we get it out on the road, I will say this is the final year of the GranTurismo 6 Series before it went away for the 2020 model year cars. So it's kind of like a special goodbye that I got to finally drive one of these and that we got to check it out together. Anyways, let's do our walk around, see what this thing's about. So of course, pretty weird styling, right? I mean, we have this like slopey, kind of like SUV looking car, but it's a sedan with a hatchback. So I guess it's kind of like a hot hatch. Would you call it one? I don't know. But we have these gorgeous 5-spoke wheels to pair with it. Classic BMW styling, kind of the same front end as the BMW 5 Series, the G30 generation. Of course, gorgeous LED daytime running lights. Overall, a pretty decent looking car despite the interesting proportions we have here. And BMW boasts that this thing has a 50-50 weight distribution. Curb weight of 4,400 pounds. I think it's 4,464 to be exact. So I'm excited to see how the B58 can handle a car of this curb weight. Anyway, while we're back here, let's definitely check out the hatchback. Tons of room back there. Of course, we have this little cargo net here. We have our 12 volt there. We can fold down the seats to get even more cargo space. I mean, you could fit some decent sized furniture back there. It's very impressive. And then you can close it with the push of a button. BMW practicality, am I right? So we have our window sticker here. Yes, this is a First International Auto Group car. And, they have it listed on their site for just about $28,000 US. Mileage on this one is 58,000. So fairly low, especially for the model year. Back seats just have plenty of room. We have a very high ceiling in this 6 Series. It almost feels like an SUV inside. It honestly feels like if you were to get into the X6, which I mean, like, no way, right? It's basically, the sedan version of that car. But yeah, I mean, this thing is awesome. We have plenty of room back here. We have the ability to adjust our HVAC controls. We don't have any sort of LED screen with that or heated seats back here, but we do have little cargo nets. So on our door cards, we have this gorgeous aluminum trim. I actually like it better than the wood for this application, especially with the black interior. And we have our LED stripping here, beautiful ambient light color. You can't really see it because it's daytime out, but it is there. All right, so back in the front seat, I think it's time we go for a drive. We have Apple CarPlay in here, of course. Nice backup camera. We do have the ability to see which way you point the wheel. And there's parking sensors in both the front and the rear. There's not a 360 camera, but we do have this little drawing of our 6 Series there, so that's not bad. So this twin turbo inline 6-cylinder is paired to an 8-speed automatic. And with that, we also have paddle shifters. We have the ability to control the transmission from our little gear lever here. Just overall, a very perfect daily driver. You can control the gears yourself or just kind of let the car do its thing. As far as drive modes, we have a couple. We have Sport, Comfort, and Eco Pro. Within Sport, you can customize the individual mode, which is pretty nice. Right away when I put it into sport mode, that transmission kind of like comes to life. You get knocked down a gear, you hold gears a little longer, and those shifts become a little bit more snappy. You can put yourself in manual mode by just kind of tapping the paddle, or you can, come over here and full time put it into manual mode, because occasionally if you were to just kind of upshift or downshift with the paddles and not put it over, it will just kind of go back into automatic mode, which is fine. This thing just goes and goes and goes. 0 to 60 is quoted at 5.1 seconds, and I believe it. And some of you out there might say, oh, well, that's not fast. The M340i has a, better 0 to 60 time. Or, like comparing this to like the S6 or something like that. But you have to remember, we have this hatchback with just tons of ample space in here. This is really like an SUV in sedan form. And yes, we call that a hatchback. We even kind of call that a wagon, depending on, what you determine a wagon to be. I would personally say this is not a wagon because it isn't wagon shaped. And no, there isn't any scientific explanation behind that. You just see a wagon, you know a wagon. I have the same complaint in this car that I did in the BMW 540, the G30 generation. It's just a little too quiet. The interior has tons of sound deadening, which I do appreciate, especially, this is a luxury car first. But BMW has always made great luxury cars that also serve as sports cars and provide you, ample steering, agile controls, and just tons of fun. Like, these things are peppy, they're enthusiastic, but I just can't hear the engine note whatsoever. And people will always criticize pumped-in audio. Sorry, I thought that was a cop. It's actually just a Tacoma. But yeah, people will criticize pumped-in audio because it's fake. But at the same time, like, if I were to hear the car better, I don't really care if anyone else can hear it. I just want to hear it. And no, that doesn't mean I want an Ioniq 5N. It just means I want some pumped-in audio to complement the exhaust note coming from the outside. So I really do think this is the best of both worlds in terms of having, the added performance of the B58, plus like the agile controls of having a sedan rather than an SUV. While this thing still has like some increased ride height compared to, like a 3 Series, it does kind of just still feel like a sedan. And I really like that. I still don't think these are the most pretty cars. I think exterior-wise, they're actually quite ugly looking in my opinion. But when you're behind the driver's seat, what does any of that really matter? I mean, you're getting a practical car with lots of performance, you're getting lots of comfort, especially when you put it into like comfort mode. I mean, this thing just becomes dead silent. And then you can downshift, put the pedal to the metal, and let that B58 work for you. And this being a 2019 with, just above 50K miles, you're still getting like a fairly new car under $30,000. And these GranTurismo 6 Series started at above $70,000 US, which is pretty crazy to think about. I think under 30, they're a fantastic deal, and someone's gonna get this and have lots of fun with it. It's gonna have lots of life left in it too, especially with a reliable powertrain. And I think overall, this is a very nice place to be. We do have an LED gauge cluster, which I'm not a huge fan of. It does just kind of provide like an analog look to digital gauges, which is interesting. I mean, a lot of cars are doing that nowadays, and it does give you some customizability as far as what you can do with that gauge cluster. But I personally just loved the last generation of analog gauges that BMW did with the little digital screen in the middle. I think that was just the sweet spot. And then we have this infotainment screen, which you can control it via touch, or you can control it with the wheel down here. So you have some options there. And then when you put it onto Apple CarPlay, I personally would just kind of reach over and touch it. It is kind of far, especially if you're, someone who sits way back. I mean, I'm not a very tall guy, so I don't need to, but I'd imagine some people might have a hard time reaching that screen, but you still have the wheel to control it, so that's totally fine. And then as far as like HVAC controls, your wheel controls, everything is still physical. It's very tactile, easy to use, easy to figure out, and within like a week of driving this car, you'll know it from in and out. And I think that's where, modern cars, especially 2026 vehicles, have kind of gotten away from that. They've buried more and more in the infotainment screens and taken away more physical buttons from the driver and made the screens kind of like a distraction and like the focus of the car, when it should traditionally just be the driving experience. With that being said, if you're looking for a practical daily driver with tons of comfort, good steering, phenomenal sound deadening, and of course the reliability of the B58, look no further. This is a great car that's being offered by First International Auto Group. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I look forward to your comments, your questions. Leave them all below. Thank you. Bye.